Aloha, my friends. It is EMME. I have been so heavily affected by signs in the skies and all around me today. And I feel incredibly led to take a few moments to read this chapter with you. This is from the Holy Bible. Looking up, Jesus saw rich people putting their gifts into the treasury, and he saw also a poor widow putting in 2 mites or copper coins. And he said, "Truly I say to you, this poor widow has put in more than all of them. For they all gave out of their abundance, which is their surplus, but she has contributed out of her lack and her want, putting in all that she had on which to live." And as some were saying of the temple, that it was decorated with handsome, shapely, and magnificent stones and consecrated offerings laid up to be kept, he said, "As for all this that you thoughtfully look at, the time will come when there shall not be left here one stone upon another that will not be thrown down." And they asked him, "Teacher, when will this happen? And what sign will there be when this is about to occur?" And he said, "Be on your guard and be careful that you are not led astray, for many will come in my name, appropriating to themselves the name Messiah, which belongs to me, saying, 'I am he.' And the time is at hand. Do not go out after them. And when you hear of wars and insurrections, disturbances, disorder and confusion, do not become alarmed and panic-stricken and terrified, for all this must take place first. But the end will not come immediately." Then he told them, "Nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be mighty and violent earthquakes, and in various places famines and pestilences, plagues, malignant and contagious or infectious epidemic diseases, which are deadly and devastating. And there will be sights of terror and great signs from heaven, but previous to all this, they will lay their hands on you and persecute you, turning you over to the synagogues and prisons, and you will be led away before kings and governors for my name's sake. This will be a time, an opportunity for you to bear testimony. Resolve and settle it in your minds not to meditate and prepare beforehand how you are to make your defense and how you will answer. For I myself will give you a mouth and such utterance and wisdom that all of your foes combined will be unable to stand against or refute. You will be delivered up and betrayed even by parents and brothers and relatives and friends, and some of you they will put to death, and you will be hated, despised by everyone because you bear my name and for its sake. But not a hair of your head shall perish. By your steadfastness and patient endurance, you shall win the true life of your souls. But when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then know and understand that its desolation has come near. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let those who are inside the city get out of it, and let not those who are out in the country come into it. For those are the days of vengeance, of rendering full justice or satisfaction, that all things that are written may be fulfilled. Alas, for those who are pregnant and for those who have babies which they are nursing in those days, for great misery and anguish and distress shall be upon the land, and indignation and punishment and retribution upon this people. They will fall by the mouth and the edge of the sword, and will be led astray as captives to and among all nations, and Jerusalem will be trodden down by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled or completed. And there will be signs in the sun and moon and stars, and upon the earth there will be distress, trouble, and anguish of nations, in bewilderment and perplexity, without resources, left wanting, embarrassed, in doubt, not knowing which way to turn, at the roaring echo of the tossing sea. Men swooning away or expiring with fear and dread and apprehension and expectation of the things that are coming on the world, for the very powers of the heavens will be shaken and caused to totter. And then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with great, transcendent, and overwhelming power, and all his kingly glory, majesty, and splendor. Now, when these things begin to occur, look up and lift your heads, because your redemption, your deliverance, is drawing near. And he told them a parable. Look at the fig tree and all the trees. When they put forth their buds and come out in leaf, you see for yourselves and perceive and know that summer is already near. Even so, when you see these things taking place, understand and know that the kingdom of God is at hand. Truly, I tell you, this generation, those living at that definite period of time, will not perish and pass away until all has taken place. The sky and the earth, that is the universe, the world, will pass away, but my words will not pass away. But take heed to yourselves and be on your guard, lest your hearts be overburdened and depressed, weighed down with the giddiness and headache and nausea of self-indulgence, drunkenness, and worldly worries and cares pertaining to the busyness of this life. And lest that day come upon you suddenly like a trap or a noose, for it will come upon all who live upon the face of the entire earth. Keep awake then, and watch at all times. Be discreet, attentive, and ready, praying that you may have the full strength and ability and be accounted worthy to escape all of these things taken together that will take place, and to stand in the presence of the Son of Man. Now in the daytime, Jesus was teaching in the porches and courts of the temple, but at night he would go out and stay on the mount called Olivet. And early in the morning, all the people came to him in the temple, porches, or courts to listen to him. Luke chapter 21 of the Amplified version of the Holy Bible. It's even got my name on the cover. Thank you all for joining in today. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to know what your relationship with the Bible is like, these holy scriptures. Do you believe them?